Welcome to the kids' table, where the inside is elite, but the maturity level is questionable. I'm Jen Wiederstrom.
Yeah, we know, and I'm Gunnar Peterson. We've got this down. Anyway, we invite you to pull up a chair as we talk fitness, the business of fitness, and the down and dirty systems of success.
Listen, it's informative, it's inspiring, it's where everyone wants to be. This is the kids' table.
Today's episode is powered by Yeti and Train Heroic, the go-to platform for the go-to coaches and trainers.
Did you guys ever think about collecting anything?
I liked it. You know what I like? I like that you called it collecting, because most people walk in and go, hoarder.
Oh, I don't think you're hoarding.
No, me either. I think it's collecting.
Some of it's horrible.
I had a contractor here. He goes like this. You used to have too much shit on the wall. And I lost it. I go, that's 35 years of a resume on the wall. Shut up. Like, yeah. I get defensive.
I actually like it because every time this guy, you do know Gunnar. Every time I come to the gym, especially now that we're in Nashville, I feel like you're just unpacking more and more things and like stuff that goes on the walls. By the way, have you seen the masturbating macho man?
Oh, I haven't.
That was a new find for today. You should definitely take a closer look when we're done recording. But I just keep finding more of like pieces of your life, like people you've trained and like funny inside jokes and like this is to me like one big time capsule, like memorabilia.
I just noticed that.
That's Chloe.
Is it really?
No.
Oh.
It's an artist who did that, and I had it in the gym. And
that's Chloe 6 years ago.
Oh yeah.
You have to take out some nuts now.
It's Chloe in third grade.
Gosh, this is why you guys need to listen to our not just listen, but watch the podcast on YouTube, because there's a lot to see in here. Do you want to introduce us to your friend?
The inimitable. The one and only. You like that?
Wow.
It's so hard, all those vowels together.
It's a big word.
Spell it.
Going to college. Dr. Craig Susser.
Wow.
Of Craig's Restaurant. Not just LA, now Nashville.
I love it.
Yeah, which by the way, he says, you guys are like the talk of the town. So I've lived in LA for 15 years, and I actually have never been to Craig's.
Well, we just opened.
No, in LA.
Oh, in LA?
Yeah, I know.
Oh, no kidding.
I don't know. And I just don't know why it never happened for me. Wow. And so now he's like, no, what you guys are doing here is like, this is like to the point, like his wife is like, your bag is like a commodity. The bag that says Craig's on it, people are flipping over.
Yeah, this whole thing right here.
We do good swag.
Are losing their mind over Craig's swag. Yeah. And I wore the Craig's sweatshirt today training that says "Palm to Table," y'all, which cute. I like that. Watch us.
Okay, you know where that comes from?
No.
I hate the phrase "farm to table," because I think unless you're going out back and picking your vegetables, that's farm to table.
Right.
Where do you think I get my vegetables?
Right.
So I just think it's a marketing gimmick, and it really has always bothered me. So I was just making fun of it and became up with farm to table.
Now you know how we feel.
It's even better now that you're making fun of it.
Yeah.
How many, and when we talk about Nashville Craig's being the hotspot in Nashville, I have texted him at least once a week for the past, I don't know how many weeks. Hey, there's a person in the gym would like to get in. Can we get a reservation? And I keep telling him, you got to give me somebody here to connect. This has to be beneath your pay grade. I don't want to keep texting you for reservations.
No, but it's a little bit of a control freak thing, but it's also, it keeps tabs on what's going on and who's sending people in. And eventually, yes, I do pass that along. And then hopefully when people are coming in, they're introducing themselves to Mike or to Cindy or to Christian or to Cam, whoever's running the door, and going, oh yeah, I'm Gunnar's friend, and here's my card. Next time you want to come in. So they don't have to bother you, and they don't have to bother me.
It's wild. It's not just the people who train with me. It's the people who train with the other trainers. They're like, I really want to go to that restaurant. And my other guys, so whether it's Colin or Adam or Cody or Walker, will go like this. Oh, Gunnar can help you. And I go, okay, are we sure? And then I go, let me set, and then I look at the time. I go, I don't want to send him a text this early. And then whatever. So yeah, it's cool. It is the spot in Nashville.
So last night I was talking to Cam at the door, and we were going over how we seat things and how, I arrange the tables. Cause he's a young guy, and I've been doing it for so long. So
not the Cam that I know that you know.
No, not that Cam.
Okay.
The Cam that works for me. But anyway, I guess we were probably talking for 25 minutes. and I hadn't looked at my phone. And then I looked down and there were 36 text messages. And he goes, I don't understand. And I'm like, watch. And I literally open them in front of him and I go, okay, that's LA. This is Nashville. I can't help them. Like it was just like
a deep space mission. I can't help them.
I can't.
They're gone.
It's like dang, 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 dang. And then my favorite. So Valentine's Day is the worst day for any restaurant because it's just so overhyped. Yes, we're busy and we're grateful that we're busy, but it's always my favorite thing because I'll get a bunch of text messages on Friday. Hey, dude, can I get 2 tomorrow at 8:00?
No.
Tomorrow,
Of course.
You mean like Valentine's Day tomorrow?
Wait, hang on. And it's a Saturday anyway.
But the fact that they leave out that it's Valentine's Day is like hilarious. Like I forgot.
Yeah.
Like, so like, and then eventually we work everybody in, but it's always my favorite day.
To me, I was thinking about you coming today and I thought there were so many parallels between being a restaurateur and being a trainer because so much of what we do is based on relationships. And I think about how that loyalty, there's so much equity in the experiences you have and remembering people. And I even in Chicago, my parents, there's a restaurant called the Parthenon. They're no longer open, but my parents, when they were like engaged to be married, were going to the Parthenon and we had the same waiter every time we went. And every New Year's Eve they'd go to the point that the waiter, Teddy, I remember used his own money to buy their dinner one year. And I feel like it's like it goes beyond the food. Just like for us, it goes beyond these reps and sets. And obviously there's results. Like we go and we eat, people see results in the gym with us, but like, do you feel there's like a greater undercurrent happening and that's what's made Craig so popular and so the it place?
Okay. So the basic philosophy of the restaurant is, yes, we serve food and alcohol, but that's not the business we're in. Okay. We're in the people business, right? I see people through their lives. If you think about it, you start going out to a place when you're young, then you're like 21, you get out of college, 21 to 28, you're usually having drinks with your friends, you're going to clubs afterwards, but you find like, oh, if you were a kid and you went to Craig's, now going to Craig's is like a big deal. But now you're there and it's what I call the launch pad, right? You have dinner, a couple of drinks, see you later. And then it's, I don't know, 28 to 35, you probably met somebody. You may have met them at Craig's. You may first date, you may get engaged at Craig's. And then all of a sudden you're married. And that changes it. Now you're going out with other married couples. Mm-hmm. Then all of a sudden there's probably a baby or two involved. Mm-hmm. So now I don't see you for about 4 years. You're gone, right? You're getting food to go, but I don't really see you. Every once in a while I see you and I go, how's the baby? How's life? And you want to pull your hair out and oh my God, nobody told me and all that stuff. Then they start going to school. So now you're 35 to about 43 or 44 and they're a little bit more independent. They're at play groups. I see you a little bit more often, mom's dinners, some couples on weekends, things like that. And then finally they're in like high school and going to college. And then I see you a ton for the next 10 to 15 years. And then at some point you guys decide you're going to wrap it up, maybe retire, Palm Springs, Florida, and then I see you half the time.
Why are you pointing at Gunnar?
But what I'm saying is it's every like 7 or 8 years. And the problem with the restaurant business is, and I'm sure you deal with it here, you not only have to take care of the regulars, you have to always bring in new customers that want to be regulars, right? Because they're at different phases of their lives. So the great thing is I get to live through everybody's ups and downs. And I also get to meet all these new people. Mm. So it's kind of I have a ringside seat to everybody's life.
Did you, when you first started your sentence, did you say, I see people through their lives or seat them through their lives?
See.
Because the irony is that seat still works.
Yeah.
You seat them through every chapter.
But think about it. Think about the things that you've talked about at a table at a restaurant. Ugh. The waiter overhears it. I overhear it. And the more I get to know you, in fact, there have been, I can think of thousands of experiences where 4 girls are sitting there talking about something like, Craig, sit down. We need your opinion. Or 4 guys or couples. Or I'm like, oh shit, what's going on here? Who did what to who? And then I get involved.
But here's one thing. Let me ask you this, because I run, when I talk to trainers, I tell them, don't give advice. So when they say, hey, I want to ask you about this, I almost always duck and parry, deflect, because want two things. One, I don't want to be on the hook for giving information or giving advice that doesn't pan out. One. Two, I'm really not qualified to do that. And three, if I do give it, I'm coming from a slanted position because I don't know both sides because I'm just hearing it from you. So I tell trainers, I go, listen, ultimately the person probably already has the answer or the decision made, and they're looking either for validation or they're looking for you to stop them, right?
So I do the thing with customers that I think my wife wishes I would do with her, which is just listen.
Oh, yeah.
And ask questions.
Yeah.
How does that make you feel?
Right.
Right?
Instead, or that thing where you say, is this where you want me to solve this, or do you just want me to listen?
No. See, that's the thing that I've learned about my wife. And I think most women, they don't really want us to solve anything. Yeah. They just want to be heard.
Yeah.
We're so wired to fix things that's our first inclination.
100%.
Problem, solution, got you. And they sometimes will say, that's not why I was telling you.
That's in the training business too, right? It's sometimes they talk to you about the body and I go, yeah, we can fix that. Let's add this. Let's change this. Let's tweak that. And they really don't. They just needed to say it because they can't say it at home.
Right.
They can't say it in their friend group.
And also I am, after, doing this for 40 years.
Bless you.
Thank you. Whew.
That felt like that came from
I sneezed like my father. Sorry.
That came somewhere from your soul. That was a good one. Yeah. So I've been doing this for 40 years. Like, I'm now a piece of the furniture, right? Yeah. So their guard is down. They know I don't talk out of school. I don't repeat anything. And so we just chit chat. And if you're going through a bad time with your husband, or your kid did something wrong, or you lost your job, or somebody did something inappropriate, or something exciting happened and you can't really tell anybody because it hasn't really been announced yet. I'm like, great.
Listen to this. That's funny you said that. You're like a piece of the furniture, because I was described once. I wish it was as a piece of furniture. I was training someone. I don't want to say their name because it would be indiscreet. Alyssa Milano. And she was with her then roommate. And she said something that was more intimate probably than it should have been. And I don't remember what it was. And the roommate said, how can you say that to him? And she goes, oh my God, Gunnar's like a Ken doll. It's like, and I go, what? And the description was like, yes, I look like it, dude, but really I'm neither dude nor I'm just right there. And she can say whatever. Yeah. And I took it. It's honestly one of the highest compliments, unintended, of course, but it's a compliment, right? You're the Ken doll. You're a piece of furniture. I thought it was hilarious. And I've remembered it to this day. That had to be 30 years ago.
I take it as an honor that people want to bring me into their life and they trust me with deep inner thoughts. Do
you boys have anybody that has come, like in your case, both clients, where the reverse was true, where you felt like, oh, I would open up to that client and they were that supportive friend for you because they have been such a regular in your life?
You got to remember there's
a piece of furniture.
There's a number of people that picked me up from when, I was going to buy Dantana's. It didn't work out. And there were a number of people that were hurt for me and invested in a restaurant in a guy that had never had a restaurant. And so those are loyal friends.
I have a question. So if you went from that, right, you did the arc of waiter, maitre d', restaurateur, right?
Don't forget actor. I mean, the career is pretty impressive.
Wait, I'm going on your IMDb now.
Hang on. I wouldn't say
it won't take a long scroll, by the way.
That's fine.
I wouldn't say that's over. To me, that's always sort of that's evergreen.
Fun. Yeah.
But my question is, let's just go from the final jump was maitre d' to restaurateur, correct?
Yeah.
Would you, if you had to use one of these analogies, would you say that's more like an F1 mechanic who becomes a driver or a player who becomes a coach? Skill set wise, effort wise, time commitment wise, and potential to succeed wise.
Potential to succeed. I mean, it's just as stupid as wanting to be an actor as far as percentage of success.
Got it.
I often joke, I went to something safer. I opened a restaurant. I mean, what are you, a moron? You went from one fire to another fire.
I used to hear the two fastest ways to lose your shirt in business were to open a restaurant or to open a clothing line.
Oh, for sure. I mean, when I'm raising money for a restaurant, the first words out of my mouth is, this is the stupidest investment you can make. Are you still interested? It has to be fun money.
Right.
Otherwise, it's not worth it. Now, I'm a pretty good bet because I like what I do and I won't give up. And my business model is unique in that it's upscale comfort food. I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel. I'm just trying to recreate another home for you where all of those life events that we talked about earlier can kind of occur.
But also thinking it like that, I don't think everybody, I can't speak for all the restaurateurs or soon to be or once were restaurateurs, think with that arc that you think. I think a lot of them think, I want to open and hope I do well. I don't think they think like you're thinking, I'll have this group then, and then they'll bring people, and then they'll get married and have kids, and those people will come in, and they're not thinking of it. With trainers, I joke and I say, is this a job or a career for you? And there's neither one is wrong, but just know that if it's a job, I would rather you not take these phenomenal potential clients who could be lifelong or could be lifers.
Well, what makes you a safe bet? That was interesting because I wonder what's the normal, do we know the lifespan of a restaurant that usually?
Oh, I think the percentages of you getting out of the first year are.
It's like an NFL running back.
I think it's like 95% against.
Okay.
I think 2 years is like 98. You could probably look it up. And then 5 years is minimal.
I was going to say, it's got to be low. Even private trainers, it's about just over 2 years. Yeah. They're in and they're out.
What I meant by safer bet is that this isn't a financial business for me. This is my passion. I am all in. Not that others aren't, but it's. I'm not trying to grab a little slice. I'm trying to be a place that people call home, and I'm not trying to push the envelope. I'm not trying to grab a hold of a fad either. So that's what I meant. Like, but
there is something about really loving going to do what you do.
My hands are on it. I was in LA last week. I was here last week. I was in the restaurant every night, talking to people, talking to the employees, trying to find out what's working, what's not working. And then I went home for 4 days. I was in the restaurant for 2 days, went to a Grammy event, came back yesterday, and I've been at the restaurant every night.
But here's what
genuinely makes you happy.
Yeah, I love it.
But here's what I hear with that. And I would bet others hear the same. You're not saying that like beating your chest, you're some hero, you're working hard. It's just what you do. Mm-hmm. And I look at that and I go, I know a lot of people who have shit jobs that work that hard and harder. Mm-hmm. I am the same as you. I can't get enough of it. I want to be in early morning. I want to stay late. I want to see another person. I don't resent it in any way. And I've never felt that from you. I've never felt like you resent the work, the hours, the travel, the shortcomings, the 36 messages. It doesn't seem like.
No, I was looking at the room last night. It was full. It was a Wednesday night in Nashville. The weather's just gotten a little bit nicer. And somebody came up to me and said, "What are you looking at?" And I said, "I can't believe all these people want to eat here."
Oh,
like I literally still can't believe
beautiful.
it. Yeah, but there's always 5 or 10 seconds I close my eyes and I listen to the noise that the restaurant makes because you can't make it up.
But that's so you go, oh, that's humility. Maybe, but it's also reality. Think of how many restaurants don't have that. And you just go, I'm grateful, sure. But it's also a cool feeling that you figured out something that people enjoy and want. It's like, I feel the same way with the training. I'm so happy when I see my schedule's booked. The trainers in the gym are booked. It's you just go, this is what we're doing it for. This is why we try hard.
Yeah.
Well, let's back it up then. So if the three of us are arguably toward the top of our fields, let's go back to someone that's like that looks toward you as a restaurateur and says, how did he get there? Where did the figuring start? Whose instincts did you trust outside your own? You know what I mean? When did you start to put the pieces together? Because Gunnar and I have shared our stories more on the show, but it's exciting to know, even in a different field, how many of those pieces are the same.
I'm going to piggyback a question on that. Do you cook?
Yes. I'm a good cook. I know. I know better.
Is that him?
Wait, we get call-ins
on the show? No. Watch this.
Wait, Paul, you have to put your headphones on.
This is
for us. We have a special guest.
Wow, this is so.
You're going to love this.
This is so cute. Gunnar. Mom? No.
Dolph.
It's not your mom, Gunnar.
Dolph,
It's the opposite.
Hey, I got a couple surprises for you. One, I have Jen Wiederstrom here, who you know. And two, oh, look at this. I'll get to play businessman for a minute. I have Craig Susser of Craig's Restaurant here on the podcast. Uh-huh. And I'm going to hold him down and force him to do shots of hard cut vodka just so we make that connection.
Dolph, who's been trying to introduce us in LA? I know you've been in the restaurant a bunch.
Yeah, you're right.
But I've been in Nashville.
The guy used to be chairman of MGMUA when I did Rocky IV. It was Weintraub.
Yeah.
Weintraub,
right, Michael.
Family.
Right.
Michael
and I've just been in Nashville when you've been in LA. So we'll make it happen.
All right, good. My work here is done.
Wait, Dolph, were you at Arnold's Christmas party and I didn't see you? Somebody said you were there and I was like, I was there. Did we not bump into each other?
Yeah. We were there. Yeah, we were there. We were there at that. We went to that other, he has that after
school. Yeah. No, I was just,
went to that one.
Dang, I missed you, man. It's nice to hear your voice.
You might have been eating our food.
You. Yeah, you took my schnitzel.
No, we were eating.
Schnitzel.
Yes, we were eating. Dolph's right. It was all Craig's.
Might have been.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
Wow, I love that.
It was what's his name was doing the schnitzels. The restaurateur, Wolfgang Puck.
Yeah. Well, Wolfgang might have been doing a schnitzel, but everything else you ate was mine.
Correct. Well, no, this is a very Arnold thing. You know, Arnold. It's schnitzel anywhere you go. I mean, that's like at the end of the Arnold Classic when you always have like a big team dinner. It's a schnitzel dinner. Yeah. It's just who we are.
He loves ours, and he loves Wolfgang's.
What do you want to bring up? We actually.
Yeah. Dolph, let me. He can't see us, right?
No, he can't. But
I didn't have a login, so I just called you because I got your message. You know, I'm in Sweden over here in the snow. I'm actually promoting a reality show I'm doing with my daughters over here, and I just, it's 12 degrees Fahrenheit, and nice and snowy. And I saw your message, and I was like, oh yeah.
Hang on.
Gunner's podcast.
You can't.
But I didn't have a login. So I didn't know how to do it.
You can't see this, but Jen is going to pour. We are going to raise a glass to you. What are we going to?
Well,
is this a skull moment?
We'll drink to Dolph.
Well, here's the thing. We wanted to drink to your new vodka line, Hard Cut, because we've been seeing you work the pavement with this. And I think Gunnar and I probably drink more alcohol than we do water. So this was a perfect fit for her podcast.
Oh, I love you guys. I love you.
But wait, are we doing just plain the vodka? Or did you want to?
We're doing this because this caliber of vodka.
You could do a little bit of ice.
Yeah.
If you have the Hard Cut. I don't know if you have it, but
we have it on.
A little bit of ice, you swirl it a little bit just to feel the taste.
Wait,
we have it on ice. Can you hear us?
Oh, it's better with the ice inside the vodka because it dilutes it a little bit.
Okay,
it makes it a little
that's what we're doing. We're cheersing to you.
We're toasting you, doll. Skull.
Oh wow! Yeah. Oh wow!
Wow.
Smooth.
Yeah,
this is not lip service. It's very smooth. My new favorite martini lately is the Vesper.
Oh wait, hang on. Yeah. Do we know where a Vesper comes from? You
yes.
Can't order it if you don't know. I just had a guy order one somewhere.
Yeah. Well, do you want me to answer it? Yeah. It's James Bond's. It's the James Bond martini.
But it can't. It's a made up drink though. It wasn't like
all drinks are made up.
Meaning it came from its life imitates art because it came from art first. It came from the book Casino Royale.
Okay.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
But this is a vodka to drink with martinis is what I'm saying. You want to sip on this.
Right. We're not doing shot. What are you, 7?
Well,
that's really good. Did I just kick the table?
Oh yeah, Craig's already wasted. Good job, Dolph. We'll charge you for the table.
Questions are going to get more interesting.
Wait, what's the show you're doing with your daughters? Both of them, or just Ida?
It's actually a show for Swedish television about my youngest daughter who's moving to her dad in LA. I didn't see her much when she was younger. She's kind of a father-daughter kind of reconnecting kind of show. So it was nice. It was kind of therapeutic to do it actually. And we'll see how it does over here in Scandinavia. Right? It's in Swedish mixed with English because my kids speak, 3 languages. You've always been family oriented. Do you remember when you came to Thanksgiving with my family? Where was that?
It was back probably 10 years ago. And I had been training Ida, and you said, I really like to show my daughter an American Thanksgiving. And I said, well, my cousin Carol's always got a big bird. If you guys want to roll down, whatever. And 2 days before, you're like, I think we're going to come. And you guys came down, and we're just, my family still talks about to this day, but like, you just wonder, your daughter's beautiful. You were so always about family and making that connection strong. And it's cool to see it continuing on.
Thanks. Thank you.
Yeah.
Do you live? Where do you live now?
I'm still in California, just trying to get into Craig's restaurant. So hopefully by the end of this podcast, I'll get his number.
Not easy. Not easy.
See, even Dolph can't get in. We can't get in.
Dolph gets in.
Yes, right. Yeah. Dolph doesn't even text me to get in. He just gets in.
Dolph just walks in.
Well, when you're Dolph Lundgren.
I don't.
Do we have any can we ask you like a fun super fandom question for you to you?
Yeah, for sure.
Do you want to ask the?
No, you go.
You had one great one, Gunnar, about probably the hardest role maybe he prepared for. Or?
Oh yeah. Of all the roles, and I'm going back obviously Rocky IV, Universal Soldier, all those.
How about Master of the Universe? Come on.
Which one? Which one taxed you the most training wise?
Oh, physically.
Well, hang on. It can be mentally, but I know if Sly was at the helm, I already know the answer.
Physically, yeah. I mean, I would say, even though I was in great shape because I was European karate champion, I would say Rocky IV was tough because I had all that pressure. It was my first real movie, and Sly was tough on me. You know what he's like, and I was afraid it was going to be failure, and somehow I was going to, fail at being that, at sort of in my debut. So I did spend a lot of time with that, and all the we trained for 5 months, twice a day, 6 days a week. So I think that one was tough.
Were you guys eating like canned tuna and oranges and stuff? There were all these stories about that.
Canned tuna, canned tuna. I ate tuna salad for 7 years every lunch.
Wow. I heard that there was a rumor that the only carbs you guys ate all day was a bowl of pasta in the morning, and that was it. And then the rest was like tuna. Is that rumor?
No, I wish I would have had a bowl of pasta in the morning. No. It was much worse than that. Baked potato. Dry baked potato with chicken breast at night. That was what.
God, you looked good though. Who cares?
Look tight.
Thanks.
Paid off.
What's that? Before, you couldn't paint the abs on in those days. You have to actually have it.
Exactly.
You know what? Wait, hang on. Craig has a question. I'm going to go back to that ab thing and say, go, Craig.
No. There's a story that Sly ended up in the hospital during the fight scenes?
Well, actually, we shot in Vancouver because we couldn't go to Russia. It was the Soviet Union, back in those days. So we shot in Vancouver, and we shot for 2 weeks for that first. That fight scene took 2 weeks to shoot, 5-day weeks. But he got. When I got back to LA, the producer calls me and says, "Oh, hey, Doc, you got a week off." And I'm like, "Oh, great." And he's like, "Sly's in the hospital." I was like, "Oh shit!" And then I heard they blamed it on me, which maybe it has something to do with all the body shots we gave each other, or. Because, you have to hit the body to make it look right. Otherwise, it looks fake. To the head, you have to, you snap your head. But it could have been an insurance scam. I don't know. But, he was in the hospital. I heard he was in the hospital for they had a bruised heart muscle.
Yeah.
Sly, he said, he's, him, he goes, I got hit by a streetcar named Drago.
Who creates better names than Sly for movies? Oh my God, the best, absolutely the best.
But I know.
He said the action hero died a little bit when they began zipping on their muscles. That was a line.
Oh yeah, and he's right. He nailed it. It was when it was Michael Keaton.
Batman.
The first Batman.
Yeah.
When they had the muscle suit,
Yep.
So that meant you could get an Academy Award winning actor who didn't really have to, spend 10 years in the gym and then, give him the muscles artificially. And then you had a superhero, which is the way it's been done not for everybody, but for most of the characters. You know?
Yeah, there's something to fall back on when you go. It's earned, right? Earned, not given. Earned, not zipped.
Earned, not zipped. That should be like a hat, man. Jeez.
Well,
yeah, I think it has a different impact, another weight. I think that's where some of those movies, I know on TikTok, because my daughter, they do the reels of a lot of those old action movies with Sly and Arnold, myself, and because I guess the kids realized that it was a little more real in those days. It was different.
Well, now I start to wonder, like, who do they look up to? Because, like, I remember, like, my audio tech here, Toby, when I said Masters of the Universe, he was like, yes, that was a movie that to see the physicality of your body, to know, like, even with Arnold, with Conan, to all of these, like, people, like, I was like, I got to get to the gym. I remember thinking, I want to work out because I want to be strong too. And it didn't have like strength was genderless. It was just like, I want to be the strong person that helps people. And so, like, now I'm like, do kids see this suit and think, I got to go to the gym, or just think I can buy a great outfit?
I think it's time to make another Expendables.
Oh my gosh. Would you, Dolph? Would you do it?
No, I think what it is it's been redefined to some degree, because I think now that's why UFC is so big, and some of these extreme sports, the kids they want the challenge still, but I think that in my day, the action heroes, people looked up to them not so much for their characters, they played more for who they were in real life,
Yeah.
Because a lot of them were athletes, Mr. Universe or some karate champion or something like that. So that's changed a little bit.
Yeah, I've got 12-year-old twins, and so they're on YouTube. They're on, and the only place where reality takes over is on the playground and when they're playing sports. And my son has realized that he has got to work out and get better and stronger if he's going to succeed. Yep. And so that's the only reality check they have right now.
Yeah, my son will come down from playing a video game and he'll go, Dad, I scored 34 points. And I go, you did nothing. You did nothing. Nothing happened. That's fake, bro. So to your point. Yeah.
But now they're measuring themselves against other kids, and that's when reality hits.
Yeah, but Dolph was doing karate tournaments against strangers. It's not like the guys in your local dojo. Mm-hmm. Like you're going against international competitions, like same as the MMA guys today. Like, how old were you when you started the tournaments, Dolph?
I was about, what was that, maybe not, I wasn't that young. I mean, that young, actually. I started karate when I did ice hockey first in Sweden. Then I did some judo. I started karate when I was about 15 and started competing maybe when I was 17 or so, 18. But, it's a martial art, right? So, you learn. I liked it. I didn't know why I liked it so much. I didn't realize it, but it was the philosophical, the kind of warrior code, the respect, the sort of self-discipline. That was respect your opponent. And, that was kind of where I was, always be strong, always be respectful. That's kind of what I enjoyed the most about it, I think.
What drew you in?
The young men need to be, they need to have some strict rules like that, because there's so much testosterone and energy that if it's not directed properly, you can easily go in the wrong direction. You end up in trouble and stuff.
Well, listen, I think we'd all argue it's still your day.
Yeah, for sure.
You're doing amazing things. We love that you called in. Congratulations on Hard Cut. It's going to be stocked in my bar at all times. And apparently I'm going to see you at Craig's.
Yes, you are.
I hope to see you there. Yeah.
And get a little hard cut at Craig's.
There you go.
And thanks a lot. And Gunnar, you're great. Hope to see you soon in the gym and do more things with you. And we miss you in LA. But I'll have to come to Nashville and check that out.
Open invitation, you know that. Good luck with the show in Sweden, and I have no doubt that you guys will crush it there. We'll talk to you, Dolph. Thanks for calling, man.
Thank you so much.
See you, buddy.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Bye. Bye-bye.
was
a little scary for a moment when he didn't remember Thanksgiving at my cousin's house.
No, I don't.
I mean, he was like, wait, who are you?
No, and I know that Wolfgang has done some of the events, but I know the last two because he likes our schnitzel. So but that's a great compliment.
Yeah, great compliment. And I didn't actually hear it like that. I heard he was trying to, remember, he can't see you. So he was trying to place it what Thanksgiving would.
Okay, that makes me feel better.
No, that's exactly what I mean. Think of how many events at Thanksgiving.
I know.
And 10 years ago, think of how many events have. I mean, we've all had them, but he has exponentially.
Do you remember
more?
At Summer Strong last year? It's a kind of strength and conditioning event. Gunnar and
Did I see you at Summer Strong?
Did
I see you at Summer Strong?
See you? We were sitting together.
Oh, sorry. I've had so many events I barely remember.
I'm actually making a point.
I know you didn't see me.
Craig's like,
I was making the point too that we forget things in the recent past.
No. Got it. No.
I wear a hoodie that makes me look like I got muscles.
No. Right when I saw your hoodie, I was like, this guy's got a fucking hoodie on. I like him.
She was so excited.
Like him.
She goes,
get him in here.
She goes, is that great? Look, it's got a hoodie.
And then I hugged you and you said I didn't hug you long enough. I was like, double stars. Okay, but truly, the guy that at Summer Strong, wow, can anybody tell that I'm drunk immediately? I had like a few sips and I'm woo. The guy that was introducing Lee Haney.
Yes.
Okay, and he said this amazing thing. He goes, he's like, I've known Lee Haney for about 30 years. And he goes, he's known me for 1.
Yeah.
And it was this really great way to show this point of view on like someone you've looked toward, you remember everything they've done and you're so clued into that. And then but everyone's had 30 years with Lee Haney or everyone's had 30 years with Dolph in this situation. And I'm like, remember that time when you saw me at the stoplight it's like, no, man. So anyway, yeah. Thanks for making me feel better.
I had a guy in the NBA. He said his wife had been married for 14 years and he'd been married to her for 1.
Oh,
little different context.
Same but different.
I remember hearing that. I go, oh my God, I hope you never say that in front of her. He goes, I don't. And you better not either. I was like, I go, understood. Yeah.
Speaking of, I want to ask how that ended.
Oh,
what?
I want to ask how that ended.
Yeah. I'll tell you when we're wrapped.
We already know the answer. I do want to point out, this is just a call back to something about 20 minutes ago. I did find your IMDb, Craig. And not for nothing, it's not a very long scroll, as you mentioned.
I told you it wasn't.
You have the very first credit that I saw is a movie, Quarantine.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite movies of all time. It's terrifying. And you're the hazmat doctor.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah. I did a bunch of movies for Screen Gems.
Wait, who's in
Dude, and you play detectives, you play doctors.
Yeah, I was in Maid of Honor.
Who directed Quarantine?
I love Maid of Honor.
The brothers.
You the lawyer.
I'm the lawyer in Maid of Honor.
Oh wait, you're in the car.
I'm in the limo in the
You're
back
in the
of the
limo. I know that. I love that movie.
I'm negotiating the prenup.
I've been following your career longer than I realized.
Yeah, you've known Craig for 20 years.
I've known you for 20 years.
And I've known you for 20 minutes.
It's working out really well.
But that's like, so the acting world's funny. So I'm working on a movie called Prom Night, which is for the same people that did Quarantine.
Yep.
And it's 2 days and it's like 5 a.m. We were shooting nights down in LA. It's actually where I met Idris Elba. We were detectives together. I was 1 or 2 days and he was like a couple.
I've heard of him.
Yeah. His career worked out. Anyway, so I'm leaving at like 5 a.m. and one of the producers, a guy named Neil Moritz, comes up to me and he goes, "Where are you going?" I go, "I'm going home." "What do you mean, where am I going?" He goes, "You're not going home. I'm shooting another movie 3 miles away and I need you over there." And I go, "What am I doing?" He goes, "They'll tell you when you get there."
No.
And literally. So I go over and it's Maid of Honor. And I go, "I'm Craig." And they go, "Lawyer, cool, come here." Try on a bunch of suits, get in a suit, here you go, here's your scene. And I'm like, "Okay, when are we shooting it?" And they're like, 20 minutes. And I'm like, "Oh my God." So that's how I met.
You nailed that scene.
That's how I met
Patrick Dempsey.
Yeah. It was the director. He directed Tootsie.
I can help you. I can do this.
Oh my God. He was such a hero of mine and I got to meet him.
3.
I'm
going to Maid of Honor. Here we go. Paul Weiland.
No.
Did I say it wrong?
He was an actor. He played Patrick's dad.
Oh, the dad. Oh my God, that guy.
Shit, Pollock.
Yep. I'm going to go. I'm going to the cast.
He was like one of the most famous.
Sidney Pollock?
Yes.
If you're a trainer looking to level up, grow your business, and actually connect with your clients, Train Heroic is the game changer that you need. I used it for years, and it was the first tech my clients actually enjoyed using. They showed up, logged the work, and I could coach them through every rep. Trusted by top coaches since 2012, plans start at just $10 a month. And you get your first 14 days for free. So head to trainheroic.com/the kids table to start your free trial now.
Okay, yeah, Sidney Pollock. You're right. Yeah,
so
I gotcha.
I got to meet a hero of mine just by saying yes to an opportunity that I was going home and going to sleep. Like, I had no idea.
Are you in a ready state for that kind of success? Like, Gunnar, you and I were talking about, like, what does it take? Like, if you've got, like, quote, the big game, the big night, the big performance, whether that's as someone that's running a restaurant or like a Tom Brady, but like, is there something, a mindset, a ritual that you go into to find that success or capitalize when that success, that opportunity finds you?
My mom used to say the 3 most important words in the English language are "I can go," and she'd say, "You stay ready." Like, someone says, "Hey, there's a dinner," where you go, "I can go," or they say, "Hey, we're going on so and so's boat for 4th of July." You go, "I can go." And she said it just opens your life up to so many things. And I think my older kids, I've beat that into them enough that they know, and they're ready to roll at any time.
You think about how many different experiences you've had because you've gone somewhere,
Yep.
You've run into a bunch of people, and then it opens up a bunch of doors, or you might meet that person in 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And then it just starts. So,
or they get asked something later, and they go, "Oh, I just met a guy from yeah," and then they throw your name or your contact.
The other thing is, how do you get ready for a big game or a big night? I always remember that no matter how tired I am or I may not be in the mood to socialize, it's their big night out at the restaurant. So I can't have a night off. Yeah. It's not fair to them.
Well,
right?
If you do, don't go in.
Right. So it's just, I always remember how grateful I am that they're coming. We are so fortunate that we're busy, and they're coming for the experience, and they shouldn't be cheated in any way.
You know, it's funny. I used to train like 10, 11, 12, 13 people every day.
I still don't know how you did
for
that.
decades. And I got to a point where I felt like my last couple hours, I couldn't deliver. I couldn't deliver what I wanted to deliver. Right.
Yeah.
And so I pared it down to like 8, 9 people every day. And then I had a guy, and I said to him, "Hey," and I ended up training him for 23 years, but this was probably about 15 years in. And I said, "Listen, maybe," because he was my last guy. I said, "It's the late afternoons are tough for me. I've got some other things that have come up, but I can put you with my other guy." And he goes, "Your 70% is 100% for me. I'm good." And I said, "But I just want you to know, I might not be as alive and as wired, and the workouts are still programmed because I write them before. They're still going to be dialed. Like for you, the food's still going to be the food.
Right.
But if you can't deliver the experience," and he was 100% fine. He was old. He was probably in his early 70s at the time. And he goes, "If you're 70%, I'm good with that." And I go, "Oh, I'm at least, 85%. I just want you to know I'm not 100. And he goes, "I'm good with that." And he stayed training with me for another 7, 8 years.
Mm-hmm.
It was pretty funny. But what people expect from you, I would imagine you're delivering more than they're expecting, whether you feel like you're delivering everything or not.
Yeah, my goal is just be present.
Yeah.
Right? Is to be available and be present and meet them wherever they are.
Yeah.
Some people, it's their big night out. Some people, it's just another dinner. Some people, they just want a hello and they want you to walk away. Like, not everybody wants you to be a part of the party. So I just try to like read situations. I call it emotional intelligence, like,
Very
or
much so.
situational intelligence. And not a lot of waiters and bartenders, certainly not a lot of people there are very few really good old school maitre d's that have that
career maitre d's, because it becomes that thing where, and I mean, this speaks to our world too, where everybody is a brand, everybody is somebody, everybody is a celebrity in their own right, in their own world, in their own mind. And they don't want to get stuck or stopped or pigeonholed as, air quotes, just a maitre d'. Right. They want to go to the next level. And you go, But hang on. If you're the best maitre d', that's way better than being like a third tier restaurateur, I would argue.
There are people that have 30, 40, 50-year careers in the 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, even up to the 2000s that's what they did. They were masters of the universe. They were amazing, men and women. And they had amazing careers. And then it all switched because everybody's, look, I come from we used to open up the diary and handwrite names with pencil, right? And have the whole list of the night. Yeah. And you had to see the world. Now you've got a computer screen that's trying to help you see. So most people are hiring 24-year-olds that are looking at the screen and going, oh, Gunnar Peterson, 6 people, table 14. And they don't even look up. Yeah. They don't have that emotional experience. It's like, oh my God, Gunnar, how's Jess? How are the kids? What's going on? How's everybody feeling? How's the gym? Whatever. Yeah. Do you Talked to Dolph lately? I heard he's in Sweden. Whatever.
Do you know Che that was over at Pache?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so he's that guy for me.
We live right up the road from there.
So he opened he opened Unidos. I don't know if you know, but just in the valley. It's like a Spanish wine tapas bar. But I remember going through some of the hardest stuff in my life with Che. Yeah. And he's just like Mexican George Clooney. He's the warmest, handsomest, best guy. And he was just at Pache forever. And it's just that place just filled up. And now that he's not there, it's funny. I don't go. I go to Unidos now because I realized I go for Che.
I thought George was Mexican.
Is he? I really don't.
I'm not speaking right now.
No.
I really don't know the answer to that.
No, I'm just kidding.
I know the backstory.
Oh, okay. There's something fun here. Oh, okay. Got it. Carry on.
Anyway,
but to the point, that's a big part of it. Or I think Dimitri is synonymous with Sunset Tower. You have all the greats. Yeah. It was funny.
By the way, that's the reason it's called Craig. So I was the maitre d' at Dantana's for 9-10 years. And I, just decided to open my own place. And I think I had a cute list of names or something like that. Something I hadn't even really thought about. And my lawyer was like, what are you doing? And I go, what do you mean? He goes, you're going to call it Craig's. And I go, why? He goes, because everybody that calls there is going to want to know where Craig is. Mm. Yeah. So call it Craig so they know where you went.
Can we dip into that for a second? So you were at Dantana's and you had said briefly that you tried to buy it. It didn't work out. And you said these people felt bad for you. And so, or not bad for you. They were kind of gutted for you that didn't happen. Where can you talk about that pivot? Because I don't know a single person that hasn't been in that point of their lives.
Yeah.
How did you make it a win?
Going to college, getting into an acting class, just like a traditional LA story, right? Being a waiter or a bartender is a great gig, right? So I was working at this Mexican place called Antonio's, which was like a high-end Mexican restaurant on Melrose and Gardner. And, there I am, I'm 20, I'm wearing a big bolo tie and whatever. Nice. And somehow, some way I find my way into Dantana's. I go in there on a Saturday night and they said, hey, have you ever been a bartender? And I'm like, no. And they're like, perfect. And I'm like, what do you mean? And they're like, well, it's easier to train somebody if they don't have any bad habits. Mm. And I'm like, okay. So I started out as a back waiter, bringing food out from the kitchen. Mm-hmm. And then on weekends, I started out as a bartender, and I was horrible, horrible. I was always 4 steps behind.
You felt bad because you felt like you were slow, you were trying to think about what was in the drink?
I was doing. My generation didn't go to bars. It just wasn't that thing. So it took me it took me 6 months, and they were, that was back when it was old school and it was a bunch of regulars and they were the most powerful people in town. And I was the new guy. I was the first guy they'd hired in 7 years. Yeah. I walk in the door and they're like, who's this idiot?
No way.
They're like,
I'm Craig.
I'm like, hi, can I get you a drink? And they're like, no, fuck off. Gunnar, give me a drink. Yeah. And I was like, literally for months, I would go home and cry.
No.
But the funny thing is, so they break you down and then you learn how to do it right. So you really learn the art of hospitality. Mm. And the best person I ever saw do it was Mike, the bartender at Dantana's. He was there for 53 years.
I like how his name was Mike, the bartender.
Yeah, Mike.
You don't know his last name?
I know his last name.
Yeah, but still.
Godovats, but nobody cared. But he was that guy that he didn't even have to turn around if Gunnar walked in the door. By the time Gunnar walked to the edge of the bar, he would just hand you your drink.
Love, yeah.
Wow.
And you know this, I go back to that place for 30 years because of something like that.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's enough to bring me back.
So that's where you learn the art of hospitality, and you learn all those little tricks of the trade and all the little innuendos and who you can push, who you can pull, who you can joke with, who you can't joke with. And so I'm a waiter, I'm a bartender, then I become a captain, which is like the lead waiter. Then I get into the hot corner, which is where all the like heavy hitters want to sit. And now I'm doing that. And then 2002, they asked me to be the maitre d'. And I've got this acting career, but I'm not really working. I mean, I'm working, but not enough to have a career. Some of my friends are taking off. They're TV stars, movie stars. And we're all just kind of like finding our way. And so I've become the maitre d'. And it was like dropping a fish in the water. I was really good at it. And
did you fight it at first? I'm going to bring this back to me because but was it one of those things where you go, I'm really good at this, but I want to be an actor. I'm really good at this, but I'm waiting for my TV show. I'm really good at this, but I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to think about it because I want to be an actor.
Yeah, but it's not, it's kind of like one of those things that you don't say no to. Like even I knew that you don't say no to that, but there is a little bit in you that's going, oh shit, is that dream dying because I'm taking this? But it is interesting because it's a different level of responsibility and respect you get because you're in that position. Yeah. Right. Because you're now the person. And you're good at it. Right. Yeah. And there's a different level of respect. So I get it. I become really good at it. This is where I learned that every 8 years, the clientele changes a little bit. Dan Tannis had started in 65. The power was really in the 70s and 80s. So now it's like the 2000s. All those power people are now in their 60s and 70s. And the younger generation isn't quite getting the exposure or the ability to book tables. And there's a bunch of young agents and young producers that I know because of just being an actor. And now I start to slide them in and give them tables, not being disrespectful to the older crowd, still taking care of them, but introducing a new crowd. And all of a sudden it took on another life. Numbers were up. It was really a lot of fun. It was a wild time. It was great. There was no phones. It's a different world.
Gosh, what a blast.
And so it was a great time. And then Dan was getting a little bit older. He had 2 daughters, and we were playing golf, and he was like a second dad to me. I worked for him for at the end till 22 years. So at some point, he started playing with the idea of, well, my daughters really aren't interested. I want to sell it. Maybe I should sell it to you. Maybe I'll sell you a piece. And then you can buy the rest of it over time. And that way I can still be involved, but I can kind of get out. And then we agreed on a price, and contracts started going, and then one day he just called me up in the office and he said he sold it to somebody else. And I that makes my gut just go boom. No warning and no ability to match the price. The deal was already done. So I am clearly devastated because I already have the idea of, well, maybe I'll open another one. Maybe we'll, whatever. And can
I ask one question?
Sure.
Did he sell it with selling it, not necessarily making sure you're attached as maitre d'? No guarantees to anybody. Okay, which is the deal they had was, you should buy it and you really shouldn't change it. And she agreed not to change it. But it changes for you. Yeah, I mean, if Gunnar steps away from this gym, at some point the gym is different. Correct. Right? It's always the personality in the place. You could even have somebody. I'll use this comparison because we're both sitting here. If Gunnar stepped away and I stepped in, it would not be the same. And I'm fucking great. I know I'm great, and I know I bring something special. But what people come for is what he does, right? And what he's created, and I would create something different.
So you have to put your DNA on it, and it becomes your thing. Right. And anybody coming and expecting the same will probably get hopefully enough of the same. But over time, it is going to shift, and it morphs into it morphs into the new owner. Yeah. So that happens.
Pregnancy pillows back here.
And then I continue working there. Start kind of really drinking my way through nights and pretty miserable. And my wife comes to me one day and says, you're 44 42 or 43. She goes, this is cute and tolerable for the short term, but it'll be pretty ugly if by the time you're 50.
Okay.
Even if you live. Right.
You just and that's where she needed you to listen.
Right. So she goes, look, you should just go do your own thing. And then I started talking. I had already started raising money
counsel
to buy Dantana's from some pretty influential people, that all of the people that you would know, like Michael's dad, Jerry Weintraub, and Irving Azoff, and Mike Meldman. And there was a long crew. And so I was like, should I go with my own place? And they were all like, yes. That's where all of these people stepped up.
I see.
And so I started looking around for a place, and it's really funny. Do you know Jay Lux?
Yeah, totally. Real estate?
Yeah. So I say to Jay, I go, Jay, I don't know why, but I got this place over on Melrose that I really want. It's called Melrose Bar and Grill, but that's what I want. And he goes, all right. So he walks over there one day, walks into the restaurant. He says, who owns this place? Now, remember, it's busy, right? He goes, who owns this place? And the guy goes, I do. And he goes, I got a guy that wants to buy it. And the guy gets really mad, grabs him, takes him outside, and he goes, you can't say that in front of all my customers. What's wrong with you? And he goes, I don't know. I just, I got a guy that wants to buy it. So the guy says, no, it's not for sale. And then 2 weeks later, he calls him. And he goes, I'll meet with your guy, but you can't be involved. I don't like brokers. Jay says, okay, we're friends. So he's like, go meet him. So I go meet him. We agree on a price. It's $300,000 for the keys, and they will leave. And they've got a couple of years left on the lease or something left on the lease. There's something about the kitchen that I don't really know about, whatever. So that's the deal. So I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to get my own place. And then it's Easter, and they put a sign on the door. It says, and I am not kidding, this is not a bullshit story. It says, gone fishing. and they close.
So great.
They're like, we're so funny. Ha ha ha.
So it says gone fishing. And I'm like, but where are my keys? So I'm like, oh, maybe they're just took the week off because it's Easter or something like that. Yeah. I'm like, I don't know. So never came back.
No.
Never heard from them again.
No.
So I'm like, okay, I guess I don't have a deal. So I say to Jay, what do I do? He goes, well, let's find out who owns the place. And it was this really sweet guy that owned the building, and it had a restaurant there from 1965 to 2000. And he's still the landlord. He owns the building. So Jay pulls the records, and I somehow get in touch with them. And I'm like, can I come see you? And so it's this sweet old couple, and I go to their house, and I pitch my case. And he's just sitting there looking at me. I don't know what's going through his head. And he's not biting, but whatever. So then I go back a second time, and I really plead my case. And he says, okay, you can have the place. He goes, we agree on a rent. I sign the paperwork. I lean back, and I say, Alberto, what'd you do that for? He goes, I don't know. There's something about you. I see me and you. He goes, you're going to be fine.
Oh my God.
It was the sweetest thing in the whole wide world.
Oh my God, dude. Wow.
So then he goes, but we have a problem. And I go, what's the problem? He goes, those idiots, they took a mortgage on the kitchen. And I go, what do you mean? I go, they owe $1.6 million on the kitchen equipment. I said, okay, well, who owns the kitchen equipment? And it was a bank. And remember, this is 2010. Yeah. The world's falling apart. So I call, I don't know, somebody who knows somebody. And then I get to the bank, and they want $1.6 million. And I get this guy who's got kind of like a hard on the phone. And he goes, we'll settle for 800. And I go, I'll give you 60 grand. And he goes, what are you, a comedian? I go, no, I'll give you 60 grand.
Said, no, I'm an actor.
Yeah. He goes, no. There's no chance we're going to settle for that. And I said, okay, then come get it. And he goes, what do you mean? I said, bring a fucking construction crew, grab your ovens and your shit, and get it out of my restaurant.
Get it out of my restaurant.
Because I will replace it for less than that. And I don't know. So then I call Neil Moritz. And Neil knows the president of the bank. And I go, dude,
LA is small.
This is a weird situation. I don't want it. I didn't pay for it, and I don't really care. And so we came up with a number that was very reasonable, paid off that loan, and then spent about another $100,000 cleaning up the kitchen, spent a decent amount of money redecorating, and opened up a place. And the first 6-8 months were hit and miss. They were, the food wasn't consistent. It was a great party. I know how to run a room, and I know how to take care of people. And then I remember I was eating at table 1. The summer wasn't good because I didn't take into account 2 things. At Dantana's, we used to do a lot of food to go. And I didn't have that business because nobody had any favorite things at my restaurant. So we didn't have any food to go. And then secondly, a lot of tourists came to Dantana's because they had heard about it. Well, nobody had ever heard of Craig's. So we didn't really have any tourist business. And everybody in LA kind of leaves town during, July and August. So it got a little quiet. And I remember coming home to my wife one night and I said, I don't know which way this is going to go. And so it's September. I'm sitting at table 1. I'm talking to a friend about the situation. And I said, I'm not hungry. Just get me a roast chicken or whatever. And I took a bite of the roast chicken and I was like, this is what I need. Just this. I go, who cooked this? And they go, oh, Kirsten's the sous chef. He's on tonight. I go, him. That's what I need. So we got rid of the first chef. We got Kirsten, who's now our chef still to this day.
Huh.
And awesome. He solidified the kitchen. I had a long, crazy conversation with Jerry Weintraub. By the way, that is a really good story. So, and I'm going back. So we opened January 12th. The Oscars are like, I don't know, end of February.
That sounds right. Yeah.
It's like 6 weeks after we open.
2 more weeks.
And he hadn't been in the restaurant yet. And he comes in, of course, the night before Oscars. And it's a new restaurant and I hadn't protected it. And I hadn't saved a couple tables for some VIPs, and Jerry called for 6. Yep. And I'm not saying no. And so he comes in, the bar's backed up to like the front. The place is loud. The ceiling tiles hadn't come in yet. And the food is inconsistent. And so the next morning at 10 a.m., this is Sunday of Oscars, I get a phone call from Susie who says, Jerry wants to see you. I'm like, fuck. I'm like, okay, when? Now. Wait, he wants to see me now? Shit. So I call the only person I can think of to call. I call Mike Melvin. I go, Mike. He goes, don't say a word. Just come pick me up. I'll go with you. And I'm like, great. This isn't good though.
No, I like that. I like the buffer.
So I drive up.
And who's Mike to you?
Mike is an investor. He's a friend, but we've been friends for 6 or 7 years. But
he's your homie.
He's my homie, and also he's
also a whiz.
Yeah, he's probably one of the smartest men you've ever met in your life. But anyway, can also handle Jerry. So I pull up in front of Mike's house. He jumps in my car, and I look over, and he's got a French dip in his hand. I go, what's that? He goes, it's a French dip. I go, we're going to need a French dip? He goes, we're going to need a French dip. I'm like, oh my God. So we go up to the house, hugs, how are you? Good to see you. He goes, we don't have a lot of time. I got to get ready for the Oscars and go to the Vanity Fair party. And I literally sit down. He goes, I love you. He launches into 30 minutes of everything he fucking hated about my restaurant. And he goes, I've invested, and this is not what that's about. This is about standards and expectations, and you better fucking live up to them. And he wasn't wrong.
I'm cool with that because if he says it's not about the investment, we table that.
Right. Then
you go, okay, there's room here for me to learn. There's room here for me to grow, for me to improve.
Right.
And I can run with that. If it's just a haranguing and a browbeating, right. I can't. Then
switch off.
So then, as the months went on, people would have great dinners, and sometimes they wouldn't meet expectations. And I go, dude, I'm on it. I didn't stick my foot in the ground and go, well, that's what it is. I was like, I'm on it. I know. And people kept coming back, and it kept getting better and better and better. And then we made the switch chef-wise. And all of a sudden, that September, October, it just kind of, I can't explain it. It found its swagger. And I don't know if that means anything. Like,
totally.
It found its I'm like, oh, this is what you're going to be. And that's when we started to kind of find our way. Certain people started kind of finding their way in because they had heard now through the grapevine that we had gotten it back on track. And then it was really sweet. George Clooney had his first Oscar party there. And it was a really it really kind of marked that this was kind of a Hollywood establishment. And funny thing is that's where the pigs in the blanket come from. So you serve like finger food you serve sliders and pigs in a blanket and like crudité and like just all kind of fun stuff. And 2 weeks after the Oscar party, somebody came in, a producer, and he goes, "Where are the pigs in a blanket?" I'm like, "Dude, that's party food." And he goes, No, that's menu food. And I'm like, fuck, okay.
Somebody asked me the other night here, what do you get there? What do you get there? I said, I'll tell you this, chopped salad and mashed potatoes. And I know that sounds pedestrian, but I'm telling you, they make nothing that's not good.
Right.
But those are standout. And it was a woman here, and she goes, mashed potatoes?
No, but they're spectacular.
That's what I said.
I can't wait for tomorrow. We're going tomorrow night.
So I walk into the kitchen and I go, "Hey, Kirsten, what do you think about pigs in a blanket on the menu?" And he just looks at me like nothing.
Right. Hey, wait, what is this, Chuck E. Cheese?
And I'm like, "You can hand roll them. We can chef them up a little bit." And he goes, "Okay." We literally probably go through 20, 30 orders a night at each place.
Come on.
That's funny.
That's how good they are.
That's funny. Yeah. Pigs in a blanket.
Pigs in a blanket.
I think it's really fun. I mean, there's so much about, you're a great storyteller, by the way. It's really fun. This is a pleasure. I
didn't even feel like he was acting.
Not at all. No, it's really nice. It takes the pressure off.
I was going to say something cheap.
But you're taking a big swing with your life, with your the finances, the energy, the people that count on you. And it takes time to find like the personality of, in this case, your restaurant. But I think it's a nice kind of remark on like, it takes time to find your way. And sometimes it's personnel, sometimes that's time, sometimes it's trial and error. Sometimes it's a random suggestion from like the pigs in the blanket.
But that's the interesting.
That's really special about what you've done and perhaps part of your ongoing success.
So my ego is not invested in the dish you're eating. Mm-hmm. My ego is invested in you coming back and having a great time.
So I say this here, and I say it to trainers, but especially here, I go, the workout is the workout. Assume that because we're in the business of workouts, the workout's going to be good. I take for granted that when I go to a restaurant, the food is good. You're in the food business. Someone at some point said your food is good enough. I take for granted, I expect it unconsciously to be good. What you're selling here is the experience. And that starts when they pull up.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I also liked what you said, and I know we're going a little long here, but I really liked what you said about some nights, like especially in those those first probably 7 months before that chef switch, that some of the nights were busier or slower, and each night in itself will have its own kind of rhythm and energy to it. And I feel that way even about training sessions. Like I'm, depending on what they come in with and their energy or their goals or their personal lives or whatever that is, sometimes the gym is busier, just like the restaurant would be busier. Like I was so excited to talk to you today because there are so many parallels. And I think taking the expectations away from each interface and really being present. You said that about an hour ago, like just really being present and reacting to the space, the people, the energy there. That's
because an outsider would say to me, why did you come to town on a Monday to go to the restaurant on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, when those are the slower nights, instead of coming into town for Thursday, Friday, Saturday? And my philosophy is it's the slower nights where I can spend more time with people, create a bond,
100%.
And then they're going to want to return. Most places go, oh, there's only 64 people on the books. I'm not going to bother coming in. Well, if you don't bother coming in, you've missed an opportunity to maybe meet one or two people that are looking for just this kind of restaurant.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I love a Wednesday night. I love a little slower. I love the chance to.
Yeah. I mean, Nashville's embraced us. We've been doing really, really well. And by the way, it's just so funny to react to the ice storm, because everything that we've been through in California, like you got to remember, we're 15 years old. COVID, 2 Hollywood strikes, fires. Like they've thrown everything at us, and thank God we're still up and running. So the ice storm hit, and I was like, well, guys, obviously close, make sure everybody's safe, and calling every day. It's still not safe. Don't worry about it. And then Tuesday, they called and said, okay, I think we can probably open tomorrow. I don't know how many we're going to get, but I think there's a lot of people in the area that would probably appreciate it. I said, cool. Hey, chef, do me a favor. Order more food and order staples, milk, eggs, cheese, butter, vegetables, and fruit. And he goes, what for? I go, I want you to make a bag for every single employee that comes into the restaurant. Because they probably haven't a moment to go to the supermarket. I go, this isn't about money. This is about taking care of the people that take care of us.
Yep. It's genius.
And that's the difference. Like, we're going to be there, hopefully, in Nashville for 15 to 20 years. These 4 days don't mean anything. But the wisdom of living through COVID and strikes and fires has given me that. I think I probably would have reacted very differently 10 years prior. I mean, can you imagine being closed for 4 or 5 days, 6 weeks after you open?
Yeah, it's rough.
Financially, that's a disaster.
Yeah, financially, that hits you right in the face.
But it's going to work out fine. But Nashville's great. And the fun part is trying to figure out what dishes to kind of translate, because everybody, we've got a lot of friends here, obviously you and a lot of our mutual friends who have moved here. And they just said to me, they promised me, they go, 3 things. You have to promise me 3 things and I'll do whatever you want for the restaurant. I go, what? No live music, no country music, and don't change your menu.
Didn't someone tell you no hot chicken or something?
Yeah,
they said,
they go, no hot chicken. Yeah. No pulled pork. No, stop it.
Yeah.
Do not slide into being a Nashville version. Yep. Be yourself, and they will embrace you.
That's
and,
a really
and so far they've been spot on.
Yeah.
Well, you're awesome for coming in. Yeah. You're awesome for talking to Dolph.
Oh, it's great. Yeah, by the way, what a kick in the head. Literally, Michael Weintraub's literally been trying to set up that meeting for months, and our schedules have just crossed.
Well, and the time you could call today was during your call, and I was like, I think it'll be fine. And so he was like, this will be good. So
he's a sweet guy. He's always been really nice when he comes in.
Of course, we're talking about like action, and he's like, he honestly, it's fun to hear him. That the thing about the performance and the sports and the martial arts was just like the discipline he learned as a young man, and like those elements. He's always been a much more cerebral guy than he is a physical one.
Look, we've got young kids. You're always looking to try to find, I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's guitar, piano, running, volleyball, baseball, something outside yourself where you have an interest that doesn't involve electronics.
Yep.
And makes you want to be better than what you are right now. I'll take anything. Like literally, I keep throwing things at them, right? And
I tell my kid he wants to quit one thing. I go, no problem. What are you going to do then?
Right.
Well, I could, if I could spend more time at home, I go, nope. If you're going to trade in soccer, then it's going to be basketball. If you're going to trade in basketball, it's going to be jiu-jitsu. If you're going to trade in jiu-jitsu, it's going to be golf. It's going to be something.
There's a young pitcher on the Dodgers that we've become friendly with, and he had struck out Manny Machado or something like that. And then the next week they were playing the Padres. And I just happened to be watching it with my son, and he threw him up high outside fastball that Machado literally, I think, almost hit out at the stadium. And so I texted him, I go, Adrian wants to know what pitch you threw. And he literally wrote back, the pitch I struck him out with last week. And I said, he goes, because they're smart. They remember and they adjust. But I didn't adjust. And that, as a young pitcher, I need to know. But what was fascinating is I turned to my son, I go, do you think he's going to quit pitching baseball because somebody beat him? Or is he going to double down and work harder? So you're just trying to find something that'll light a fire.
And there are life lessons that you can, as a father, you can weave them in and create the analogies and make it where the kid goes, oh, I get that. Yeah, Dad. Yeah, I got it. Yeah.
So it's cool. It's that's the fun stuff.
Well, next restaurant, or are you just going to sit? You're going to sit tight for now.
It's interesting. I have an idea of maybe 1 or 2 more, but then you start talking about the world and what does the world look like? Is it going to shrink? Do people still want that experience? Do they want to go out? Is it the only place you can actually socialize without electronics? Does that make it interesting and unique? Or does that experience go away? I don't know. So I'd like to do a couple more.
Where if you could, if success were guaranteed, where would you do it?
I would think the big four are probably Scottsdale, Dallas, Palm Beach, Jupiter-ish, or, and then Vegas is
nothing international. You're not like the NFL or the NBA.
No, a lot of people say London, and I'm like, Nashville's been a big lift because I remember going from 1 to 2 is really difficult. I think from what I hear, going from 2 to 3 is even more difficult, and then it kind of becomes a little because you actually have built a team.
It's like kids.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's like kids in that.
Because you have 2, right?
That when you have 1, you're going to be fine because you're double team. Right. When you have 2, you're going to be fine also because you beat them with size, strength, speed, and experience.
Yeah, but it's also man-on-man coverage. It's like,
That's right.
Good.
That's right. But when you have 3, you have to switch to a zone, and everybody knows at some point you're getting scored on. That's just how it works.
Oh my God, I got a 12-year-old girl that's going on 13. We don't stand a chance.
Yeah.
I got a 6-year-old girl that's going on about 25, and we are wrecked.
I just see the future. I just look at her and go, once in a while, I go, just go easy on me. I'm pleading.
You're pleading.
I'm pleading with a 13-year-old. She just looks at me. She goes, "You poor man."
You're like this. He's the safety looking over the line. Go, please don't throw it. Don't throw my way, please.
No. And
I'm in a contract here, dude. Please.
And she has no mercy. She goes, "I'm going deep."
I'm dunking on you.
Oh, you'll be ready. All right. Well, I'll give you one last toast. Thanks again for coming, Craig.
Thanks for being here.
Thanks.
You're awesome.
Cheers.
And Craig, because you always get us reservations, I want you to know you always have a seat at the kids' table.
Oh, I love you. Perfect.
Yes. He just loves slinging that line at the end.
It's
all right. That's it. That's the show. You're welcome. And we are sorry.
Yep, we're sorry. Hey, this was a kids' table. Don't forget to rack your weights.